Bro, UFC 297 just happened and it was insane. I streamed for 7 hours. So by the way, guys, if I do a watch along again for different UFC, make sure to stay tuned. So turn on the post notifications. But anyways, this was insane. We're gonna get on to the main event in a while. But let's do Malcolm Gordon versus Jimmy Flick first. I think it was the fight kind of sucked, and Jimmy Flick kind of got fucking ragdolled in the first round from Malcolm Gordon, and Malcolm Gordon did a stupid decision or the stupid mistake, and Jimmy Flick submitted him in the second round. Uh, I mean, that's literally called. I said both these guys have a lot of holes in their games. Next on, we have a women's bantamweight, Jasmine Javiscus, absolutely mauled through Prashera Kashoria. It wasn't even close. Kashoria should get cut from the UFC. It was a horrible. It was horrible performance by Kashoria. So Jasmine got the submission in the third round. Next up, we have Johan Lanesi versus Sam Patterson. Sam Patterson got the submission in the first round. Johan kind of like it was kind of like a mistake again. I don't really. It was a long time ago, and I'm tired because it's 12:50 right now. But it was a long time ago. But I think it was I think Johan made a mistake, and then Sam Patterson got some kind of choke on it. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was another mistake by Johan. Sam Patterson was impressive, yes. Jasmine Javiscus was very impressive, and Jimmy Flick, it was just lucky, I guess, from him. Moving on, Sergey City versus Roman Tavares. This was a fight of the night for me. Uh, Second fight of the night for me. If I was Dana, I would give out two fighter nights. I'm not gonna lie. Sergey City got dropped a lot of times in the first round, and it was looking horrible for him. And Roman Tavares was piecing him up. But Roman Tavares kept sitting against the fence. I didn't like that. City was so bloody, by the way. He was like a warrior. And in City, I think I would say he won the second and third round. In my opinion, City won the fight. It was a split decision for Ramon Tavares. I agree with that, but I think that City should have won the fight, in my opinion. Totally not biased because I put a bet on him, but I would have lost the bet anyway, I think. So it doesn't matter. But I still do think, unbiasedly, City won the fight just because if he was controlling the fight, he was pushing in Tavares against the ring, like a cage. But I guess from damage, I see how it could be City or how it could be Tavares. Moving on, Charles Jourdain versus Sean Woodson. Jourdain fucking sucked. Jourdain looks scared. Sean Woodson's build is so weird to fight against. It's probably intimidating when you face him, but watching it, he doesn't look intimidating. He's probably Charles Jourdain is probably mental for him. Charles Jourdain is very skilled, but he got out strike, out grappled, out everything by Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson was impressive. I like to see another step up in competition because Charles Jourdain was actually a pretty. I like Charles Jourdain. I rate him. I think he's really good. Next up, Brad Katona versus Garrett Armfield. I think Brad Katona won that fight. I didn't really watch this fight. I was kind of like in and out. I don't know why. I was streaming it, so I really should have been watching it, but I was probably in and out. But I think Brad Katona won the fight, but it was Garrett Armfield. But yeah, I think Brad Katona won the fight. I don't know really what else to say about that. I'm kind of in a rush to get this out right now. Moving on to the main card, Arnold Allen versus Mozvar Ivolev. It was kind of ass from both of them. Not gonna lie, Mosvar was actually impressing me on the feet. People say it should have been Arnold Allen. I don't really think. I think Mosvar just won that. I don't like that he won that because I don't like him. But Allen just wasn't that good. He did in the beginning. He had a couple good takedown defenses, but then Mosvar just was actually doing pretty good. And then by the end of the third round, bro, Mosvar was running away with it. Chris Curtis versus Mark Andre. Chris Curtis fucking the fight was like mid, and in the third round it was fucking crazy. It was awesome. I think Chris Curtis won that. Chris Curtis was low key piecing him up. Chris Curtis was more like aggressive. He was doing more work, but it was very close. So I can see if he'll give it to Mark Andre. Next up, Mike Malott versus Neil Magny. Neil Magny fucking beat him somehow. Don't know how I did it, bro. How the fuck did he do it? No clue. That's a fluke, bro. That's a crazy fluke from Neil Magny. I'm not gonna lie. But Mike Malott he wasn't experienced because he's never been in the ground like that. He's never been under position like that. Uh, Neil Magny is so impressive with an insane upset too. Mike Malone was running away with it, and then he did a stupid mistake where I forgot what he did. He did some kind of stupid mistake, Mike Malone, and then Neil Magny kind of just fucked him up. Uh, so yeah. Next up, Raquel Pennington versus Myra Bueno Silva. I was hyping up Myra Bueno Silva. I'm not gonna. I was telling everyone Myra Bueno Silva was the real deal. She wasn't the real deal. Raquel Pennington looked legit in there, right? She was legit. I didn't rate her because I think she's kind of boring. But I didn't rate her, but she looked legit. She was wrestling, which I didn't know. I thought she was more of a striker, but she was wrestling really good. Myra Bueno Silva did not want to be there. I mean, she was laying her last minute. She literally laid in the ground while Raquel Pennington was kicking her. It was actually a pretty good fight. Or not, it wasn't a good fight, but it was a very impressive performance by Raquel Pennington. And then next up, Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. Who do you think won? I need to rewatch that fight tomorrow morning because I don't know. I think it was a draw. I'm not gonna lie. I low key think it was a draw because I don't know how would be a draw, but I think it was a draw. I think that Sean won the first and fifth round, no debate. So if any judge scored the fifth round for Sean, I don't know. It's a second round, which is more. And I think that Sean actually won the second round. So I would actually give. I would technically, if I was a judge, I would be giving it to Sean first, second, and fifth round. So for me, Sean would have won. But I do think it was a draw, like in terms of like in a fight. You know, like in a fight, it's someone wins, someone loses, or it's a draw. I don't care about the rounds. I think as a fight, it was a draw. If that makes sense. You know, does that make sense? Because Sean got fucking destroyed. Also, I said that either Dricus would either win it first, second, or third round, and then Sean would get by decision. Totally the opposite, bro. Sean should have won in the first, second, or third round, and then Dricus. I'm whispering now. I started off yelling, now I'm whispering. But Dricus somehow won a decision. Drix's cardio was actually good. Sean looked more tired than Dricus, even though because Dricus was mouth breathing. Dricus he looked tired, but he didn't look tired. Like his face looked tired, but his body didn't look tired. I think it was a lot of mind over matter for him over there. And Sean Strickland didn't look like in the fourth round. He didn't look like when he didn't want to be there. In the fifth round, he looked like he wanted to be there. I don't know. I think that Sean made it. I don't know if he got overconfident after beating Izzy. He was like, I'm the man. I think he was thinking he was the man, and he didn't train that much because he didn't look right. In the fourth round, he didn't look right. But I did say that Sean can't handle the pressure well, like in terms of the fighter pressuring him, and that's what happened with Dricus, and that's why I think Dricus won because of the pressure. Because visually, Sean does not look like if you watch the fight visually, Sean does not look like he's winning a fight visually, if that makes sense. Because Sean was on the back foot, and the way he fights against Dricus, especially Dricus has such a good visual thing for decision, like because he's always pressuring, he's always going forward. I think that's what ultimately led Dricus to win because of how he was going forward. And Sean was never seen Sean like his face was so bloody like that. But also Sean can't fight on the back foot, and he kind of like gets squirty like this, and so Sean can't fight in the back foot. I think that's also visually for the judges. It's a factor in them because Sean when he's fighting like this, it doesn't look good for the judges, right? I'm also looking down this whole time. My camera's up here, but it doesn't look right. So I think that's what led the judges to give it to Dricus. Uh, so yeah, this was I would rate this card like a 5 out of 10. I think the Sean Strickland Dricus fight what was is the whole card. The rest of the card was mid. It wasn't good, but the Dricus and Sean Strickland fight made up for all of it. Okay. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, bye. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.